of the board here present. Practitioner and currently the Dean of the Dental School, Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, Professor Alexander Adosi Oki. Next is a medical practitioner, elected medical practitioner on the 11th board, Dr. Frank Ose Frimpong. Next is a Chief State Attorney representing the Attorney General on the 11th board, Mrs. Stella Otna. Financial assistance, the chief's initiative or strategy, as you choose to call it. These are the people who bear the Ghana's first evidence-based local policy decision making, which became international model for the rest of the world. Thank you for and all the others. Next is a legal practitioner, a distinguished person nominated by the Honorable Minister for Health, Mrs. Naomi Uduma Esther. Next is my own brother and very good friend, So our teacher had fun. They made medical and dental education pleasurable. But one thing that distinguished him was his love for our culture and his traditions. And I remember when he came as a young professor from the UK, and he had shoes which would have seen the latest contact with polish shining. And then they pop it, you get go. So he cannot do his work without Amadi blaring in the background. A professor of pathology rose through just not teaching and research and mentorship, but to the epitome of the healthcare system by becoming the Director General of the Ghana Health Service before he retired. And his subspecialty area is in the area we call dermatopathology. So a professor of pathology, currently the board chair of the 11th board of the Medical and Dental Council, Professor Ajiman Dodo Akasana. Chairman, with your leave, our heads of training institutions, our eminent guests, representatives of other sister regulatory agencies here present, representative of our development partners here present, you are dear invited esteemed guests, colleagues, tutors, mentors, family here and the guardians here present, our friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the board and management of the Medical and Dental Council, it's my privilege to warmly welcome you all to this significant occasion. The formal induction of newly qualified physician assistants into our noble and demanding profession. As we may all be aware, the Medical and Dental Council is the statutory agency under the Ministry of Health, charged with the responsibility for the professional regulation of doctors, dentists, and physician assistants in Ghana. Today's ceremony marks the formal exercise of the Council's statutory mandate as Part 2 of the Health Professions Regulatory Bodies Act of 2013 Act 857, which empowers us to ensure that only individuals who have asked to induct into the noble profession some 312 newly qualified physician assistants. Yesterday we admitted 315. This will bring the total to 627 for the 2 days. They have met the minimum academic and professional requirements, and today they receive their provisional registration, which will then authorize them to commence their pre-registration practice, commonly referred to as internship, across accredited facilities in Ghana. Ladies and gentlemen, these physician assistants are drawn from the University of Cape Coast Physician Assistantship Program, Cape Coast, Central University, Ghana, Radford University College, Accra, University for Health and Allied Sciences, School of Anesthesia, Komfo Anokye Teaching Hospital, Narh Bita College, Ghana, Garden City University. Only at the facility you will be posted to. It also marks the beginning of supervised practice, during which counsel will continue to assess your competence, your conduct, and your readiness for full licensure. So the oath you will be taking shortly is both a personal and public declaration of your commitment to uphold the highest standards of medical and dental professionalism. You will be eligible for permanent registration only after you have met the pre-registration standards as earlier explained to you during the pre-induction professional ethics and medical jurisprudence seminar, which was the whole day on Wednesday. Ladies and gentlemen, in line with the guiding principle of counsel, guiding the profession, protecting the public, the council's regulatory focus is firmly on professional accountability. And the aim is to ensure that as practitioners, you go out and promote and protect public health and safety. You maintain the trust and confidence that society places in our profession and uphold the integrity of the healthcare system through your exemplary conduct. So as new physician assistants, you must be ever mindful that the privilege to practice comes with the obligation to adhere to the highest standards of ethics and professionalism, which is one of the primary focus of this 11th board. There have been instances where a few of us have fallen short of the standards expected. And so we get cases of negligence, improper or unethical behavior that betray the public trust in our profession, your profession, the truly honorable, noble, and learned profession. So let these serve as cautionary tales. You are going to swear a solemn oath to serve humanity with compassion, respect, and dignity. You must honor that oath every day in your clinical encounters. Treat patients and their families with dignity and empathy. Safeguard patient confidentiality in the wake of social media. And work, and remember, work within your competence and follow the ethical guidelines of your profession. Work within your competence and follow the ethical guidelines of your profession. Mr. Chairman, in recent times, Ministry of Health, led by the Honorable Minister, and the Council have undertaken significant initiatives to strengthen our healthcare system. Notable among them has been the development of a 5-year strategic plan for the Council, which serves as a roadmap to guide the Council's initiatives over the next 5 years in response to emerging health challenges and to integrate lessons from global best practices in our health regulation. And I'm happy to indicate that this aligns clearly with the research agenda of His Excellency the President under the able leadership of our Honorable Minister. Then we have the introduction of a comprehensive core competency framework for medical and dental practice in Ghana. This framework defines the set of competencies every practitioner must possess at the point of graduation and beyond. It covers 10 key competency domains of professional practice, encompassing not only the clinical and technical skills, but also areas such as communication, professionalism and ethics, leadership and teamwork, public health and research competencies. All of these aim at producing healthcare professionals who are more rounded, adaptable, and prepared for the rapidly changing landscape of healthcare delivery. Then we have the rollout of a national common licensure examination for all newly qualified doctors and dentists in Ghana. And the goal here is not to create new hurdles, but to uphold public confidence that every practitioner licensed in Ghana has met the same rigorous standard. A common licensure exam will foster fairness by leveling the playing field for all graduates irrespective of the country of training, and improve transparency and objectivity in our licensure process. Above all, it will also facilitate regional and international recognition of our qualifications by demonstrating that Ghana's licensure standards are in line with global norms. Modalities for the common registration examinations have been concluded and published, and the exams are taken off in the coming months. Then, Mr. Chairman, we want to thank the Honorable Minister that through their support, Phase 1 of the National Specialist Skills Examination Center of Excellence, which also houses the head office complex of the Council, has been completed. And I'm happy to report that Council has since relocated its head office to Bantam, effective 7 April this month. Dr. Please convey the gratitude of the board and management of Council. And Council also appeals through the Honorable Minister to His Excellency the President for the additional support to ensure that Phase 2 of this project is completed so that all of it will come into great fruition. And this will constitute the largest single investment in medical and dental professional regulation in Ghana since independence, and we are grateful for that. I'm also happy to indicate that through the leadership of the Honorable Minister, there have been indications that approval has been given to employ some of the backlog of physician assistants who have been home since 2019, 2020. Convey our gratitude to the Honorable Minister, and Board Chair, thank you so much for your sustained advocacy and leadership on this matter. Mr. Chairman, another major priority area is not just to employ, but health workforce retention and expansion. Health professionals to the brain drain that is going on. And this depletes our hospitals and clinics and health centers where these practitioners are supposed to be working of the much needed professionals. In response, the government has launched a very comprehensive diaspora engagement project aimed at tapping into the skills and resources of Ghanaian health professionals abroad. Engaging our diaspora is not merely an act of patriotism, it is also a pragmatic human resource strategy to mitigate the impact of health worker attrition. The Council fully supports this policy, and we are developing frameworks to facilitate qualified Ghanaian doctors and dentists in the diaspora to easily collaborate, return for short-term service, or even re-integrate into our healthcare system. by creating avenues for our compatriots abroad to contribute, whether through knowledge exchange, telemedicine services, mentorship of local practitioners, or periodic clinical rotations here in Ghana, we strengthen our workforce capacity. More importantly, we also send a message that wherever in the world Ghanaian professionals may be, they remain valued members of our national healthcare family. At the same time, we continue to work with the ministry to improve conditions at home, advocating for better facilities, career development opportunities, and incentives that will encourage our very talented and competent health workforce to build their futures right here in Ghana with us. As part of the recent agenda of His Excellency the President John Dramani Mahama, Council has prioritized boosting the local production of doctors and dentists without undermining the quality of training. This has been achieved through increasing the intake of medical and dental students, accrediting new programs and new schools, and decentralizing specialist training to appropriately resource regional, municipal, and district hospitals. Council has achieved collaborative partnerships with Ghanaian doctors and dentists in the diaspora, and they have been instrumental in expanding training capacity and addressing gaps in specialist and subspecialist services. As we speak, we have over 100 Ghanaian specialists and subspecialists who have various specialties here in Ghana. Thank you. We have formalized this through Memorandum of Understanding under the leadership of the board, and we have achieved Memorandum of Understanding with the Ghana Physicians and Surgeons Foundation of North America and the Ghanaian Doctors and Dentists Association of the UK. Mr. Chairman, Dr. Hafiz Adams, ladies and gentlemen, at this juncture, I wish to say a few more words to our inductees as I conclude. On behalf of the Council and the entire profession, I congratulate you on your achievement and warmly welcome you into the fold of Ghana's medical and dental community. You have worked hard and persevered through years of rigorous training to reach this point. Now, you join a noble, honorable, and truly learned profession, one that commands respect, but also demands unwavering commitment and sacrifice. As you step into your roles as healthcare providers, remember that the practice of medicine and dentistry is as much an art as it is a science. Technical knowledge and clinical skills, while crucial, are not the only ingredients of great practitioners. The character with which you carry out your duties will profoundly affect the outcomes and experiences of your patients. I remind you find the very best in our field. A gentle and listening ear to comfort and reassure those who suffer and are anxious. A kind heart to treat each patient with empathy and compassion. Calm nerves to think clearly and act effectively and decisively in moments of crisis. A critical and reflective mind to continuously analyze and learn, improving the decision-making process. An unyielding commitment to lifelong learning to keep pace with new knowledge and innovations for the benefit of your patients. A humble, decent, and respectful demeanor to collaborate with colleagues and serve patients without arrogance. And above all, integrity and respect for human dignity, which must clothe everything you do in your professional and personal life. Cultivate these qualities, dear colleagues. They will become the bedrock of your professional identity. We also want to appreciate and acknowledge in a very special way Dr. Hafiz, the support of our mother ministry, especially the leadership and interest of our Honorable Minister Kintampo. His personal interest in what we do. We are grateful for that. The Right Honorable Speaker, we are grateful for him and the Parliamentary Select Committee on Health. Our partners, the Ghana Health Service, CHAD, Our training institutions led by the deans and directors, the CEOs and medical directors of all the accredited institutions for training house officers and interns, and of course, my board chairman and the board, and the management and staff of council. And we want to especially appreciate the professional associations for the cordial relationship that we have worked together to be able to achieve some of the gains that we are reporting today. And of course, our funding support from the Wellbeing, hopefully for the phase 2 of the program to begin, the project to begin shortly. And FCDO UK, the University of Manchester, which helped us to be able to develop the core competency framework and to also provide a training model for professionals in medical education, and currently working in a tripartite relationship to set up a center of excellence at the University of Family and friends, our esteemed guests, our friends from the media, and all other stakeholders. Finally, Mr. Chair, Honorable Minister, ably represented by Dr. Hafiz Adams, esteemed guests, ladies and gentlemen, you are all warmly welcome to this very important ceremony. It is my hope and our hope that you enjoy our program, and we thank you so much for coming.
Can we do it better for the registrar? Thank you, Dr. Ivan and the registrar. We will now listen to a song from the President King Youth Choir. Chairman of the Learning Board, with your kind permission, it's now time for the roll call of inductees. And once again, I'll call on the registrar, Dr. Ivan Panigala, to be our judge. Shall we please welcome him?
Thank you very much, Richard. Chair, respectfully, before I begin, may I recognize my deputy, Dr. Alex Yasekodia. A very fine medical brain and a great leader, and I'm privileged to have him to support me. And you will soon find out why, because I'll be eliciting his support, because his tongue interacts better with the lips than mine. Now, there are basic rules around the roll call. This is the highlight of the meeting. So our inductees are sitting in cohorts, and we will mention their names. Once we start to mention their names, we will stand up until the last person in that cohort's name is mentioned, and then we will all together recognize their effort. And it has been hard work. So I want to hear the applause being so loud. Now, in healthcare, there's no heroism, and we work in teams in the interest of the patient. Also, some of them come from across, others come from no man. So some are here, only one person and no person. Others are part of their whole family. So we want to share the applause. So we don't want, when we hear your ward's name, your family members' name, no matter how the temptation is, in the name of Jesus, it resists it. Amen. Now, to give you a cue that this is the last person, we will hear "and" before that name will come. Then together we will recognize their effort. Is that okay? So let me test it and pretend that I'm the last person on the list. So we are going to hear "and" divine Ndobi Bajubala. Fantastic audience. Now we are good to go. Muhammad Mbabila Abayenge, Zakari Gambebi, Abdallah, Uthman Abdullah, Subiu Sahabam Abdul Mumin, Hawa Abdul Mumin, Faiza Abdul Razik Saka, Al Hassan Abdul Wahab, Husseina Abdul Wahid, Philip Na Abeno, Vanessa Fafali Abomega, Lodia Udro Achampa, Jared Kwabina Akon, Emmanuel Ade Abba, Jamila Maliti Abba, Mamuna Adam, Samuel Ada, Eris Ado, Esther Ade, Josephine Bafo Edi, and Nathaniel Atumaku. Edith Sabako Adolfo, Charity Adowaji, Prince Edu Kenfi, Rose Edu Safu, Anita Yabu Edu, Bright Jan Edu, Charles Watson Edu, Emmanuel Ya Asantua Edu Kenfi, Michael Adu, Modesta Asaki Boga Agana, Emma Aganapo, Maxwell Agbeboy, Morrison Agbenu, Elizabeth Yao Agofa, Seynam Aku Agota, Darwin Aguila, Karim Ayawin Aguri, Cynthia Ej, Emmanuel Kweku Ej, Stephen Boati Ej, Golda Ousu Ajima, Kwadwo Efie Ajima, Theophilus Boati Ajani, and Fidelia Jifa Abiabu. Abdul Wahab Ahmed, Kwabena Ebenezer Akwame, Rebecca Akubia, Bless Yabu, Abdul Raf Al Hassan, Abdul Rashid Al Hassan, Isifu Ali, Florence Apoka Aloro, Musa Amani, Bismarck Amani, Debbie Amankwa, Irene Kumi Amankwa, Eugenia Amino, Patience Amino Bele, Lucy Akos, Samuel Emeya, Abilba Boniface Amico, Richard Emisa, Sabina Tavia Emisa, Collins Bakwa Amwa, Josephine Amwa, Nana Ekuya Amfua Amwa, Peter Chibo Amwa, Benis Amwan Mensa, Catherine Amonu, and Emmanuela Akosia Benjamin Kofi Otu Ampa, Michael Ampoma, Yakua Ampansa Ediapo, Dinah Amusu, Esther Amusu, Portia Ma Anam Bono, Patrick Enim, Dennis Andy, Edward Ano, Eugenia Anobia Ano, Grace Ada Jua Ansan, Richard Antie, Elizabeth and Michael Koran Apia, Muhammad Dab Apia, Emmanuela Chirwa Asamoah, Gloria Bakua Asan, Patience Asari, Samuel Asari, Ebenezer Ashitu, Joshua Kabina Asi, Joseph Atija, Joshua Elon Atito Nai, Jifa Abla Atipo, Peter Kwasa Etuahini, Abina Atuna, and Simon Awudizel. Thank you. Respectful dignity, if you can find it out.
Thank you. The rules remain the same. Mary Ewa Fanilatu Mantinsu Awudu Gamani, Linda Awuku, Wisdom Abisi Awuno, Maxwell Akalenza Ayamba, Sylvester Anafu Adoriko, Esther Ba Dapa, Felix Ba, Rita Ba, Ramsey Wunam Badun, Yakubu Bamba, Victoria Koko Banahene, Kwame Nkrumah, Cynthia Bapo, Richmond Robertson Bacha, Solomon Bauer, Raymond Manambi Baye, Salifu Sogia Baye, Robert Bello, Dara Akosia Gedo, Kenneth Nana Bisa Kese, Prince Buedo, Queenette Koma Boache, Tracy Ama Boache, Richard Ajenin Boatin, Andy Botio, Samuel Botio, and Samuel Brezo. Joseph Pedro Bowie, Emilia Elsie Brown, Bugri Yen Bisset Calvin, Angela Hobner, Bertie Dauda, Ebenezer Patin Deborah, Clara Dechi, Kojo Wanda Demoji, Ben Achu Dobe, Amina Romadengo, Genevieve Dara Afi Dozia Uji, Prince Dobe, Senanu Dobeto, Rachel Dono, Theophilus Diodu, Excellent Kojo Dubati, Mel A. Abe, Emmanuel Ekuban, Billy Bento Isa, Ellen Adua Isando, Martin Esau, Frederick Nana Kojo Nyan Esiofi, Humphrey Esuman, William Kweku Esuman, Esther Enyim Dankwa, Patience Forsen, and Clifford Frimpong. Paul Kwame Frimpong, Regina Frimpong, Wilhelmina David, Alfred Kura Bonga, Bismarck Achu Gomenu, Alphonsus Yao Jan, Richmond Kumi Jan, Eric Entry Japan, Lois Esiama Desi, Erica Joe, Abdul Shakuru Hamidu, Gertrude Hansen, Sofian Harun, Abdul Bariu Koji Haruna, Papa Isiofi Ansa Howard, Bashir Ibrahim, Fatia Ibrahim, Mashoud Idrisu, Dora Drago Intre, Davis Amin Inku, Sharifa Zamboligi Inusa, Haruna Isa, Amos Yenupum Zaka, George Abdul Rahman Ata Jebuni, Mariama Joshua, Adama Kamaro, Elizabeth Delali Ken Adom, and Christopher Yosa Komba. Bless Franklin Bismarck Akron Fossa, Patience Podo, Isa Ukari Kubuku, Doris Kufuor, Joshua Kulariba, Gordon Tre, Samuel Tre, Enoch Mabington Lambon, Harazimu Lamino, Benis Lano, Dennis Latte, Albert Lawrence, Alberta Lawrence, Bridget Lawson, Joseph Tre Lukman, Ibrahim Banubi Mahama, Zulkarnain Mama, Desmond Menu, Stanley Afiye Menu, Jeffrey Marfa, Jemima Na Mate, Ama Fuachua Mensa, Godfrey Mensa, John Mensa, Nicholas Jokoto Mensa, Abdul Karim Mohammed, Adam Mohammed, Alimatu Mohammed, and Ibrahim Mohammed. Ibrahim Tam Mohammed, Mustafa Mohammed, Rashid Mohammed, Yusuf Zangile Mohammed, Faisal Magni Morning, Frank Kwejo Mordi, Kennedy Edem Kwejo Morti, Bright Naja Mubon, Hawa Munkaila, Hesia Mutela, Mohammed Musa, Shahid Adam Mustafa, Samuel Yao Nabila, Abraham Tay Nate, Winifred Hannah Nate, Venice Nasampuan, Frank Mani Mentiri, Ernestina Nkansa, Efia Abrefi Nkrumah, Naomi Nsia, Daniel Ntin, Morris Balipogo Notaba, Musa Nuruddin, Emilia Winslow Nyani, Emmanuel Nyakun, Ransford Obey Training, Bernard Wawi Donko, Padna Amwati Ofori, and Rexford Jambi. David Lebak, Gayhans Warisa Ujawuri, Rebecca Okreku, Daniel Anini Opoku, Isaac Amwapo Opoku, Joseph Opon, Dennis Osei Akuto, Emmanuel Obey Osei, Jennifer Osei, Eridiana Ejapoma Diama Otsu, John Oreni, Charity Owusu Mensa, Desmond Owusu, Frederick Kofi Owusu, Lois Poma Owusu, Louisa Uneku Owusu, Natasha Shamantin Owusu, Raymond Dankwa Owusu, and Samuel Owusu. Seth Obey Owusu, Jeffrey Owusu Asante, Michael Oyilade, Benjamin Dama Piena, William Pabna Ponala, Esther Awo Domode Kwe, Lawrence Kweno, Theophilus Ami Kwesi, Abdul Gafaru Saka, Zinat Sali, Wisdom Sankuma, Ebenezer Sapon, Josephine Sapon, Hakim Seidu, Maristella Seki, Edwin Edem Selome, Akoto Nana Sewa, Bertha Odame Sewa, Sylvester Kwame Sie, and Derek Akwesi Dr. Please don't let the applause die. Sumani Swale, Yakubu Sule, Latifa Tahiru, Fozia Gas, Emanuela Eram Tegia, Selim Tegia, Fatih Ake Teche, Eric Teli Akoli, Bryant Edem Toklo, James Bueno Tokoli, Simon Toku, Clement Tobiga, Flavia Amankwa Tufo, Charles Mwabilan Tura, Collins Kene, Isaac Pabna Chumasi, Philemon Kojo Ugan, Ernest Babiwan Ugu, Fozia Bent Utman, Philemon Rie, Reginald Boachi Redu, and Aisha Yaya.
Thank you very much, Alice. Evelyn Nami Yakubu, Muhammad Farrakhan Yakubu, Vivian Tulaka Yakubu, Jerome Yabua, Prince Henceforth Yabua, Samuel Kofi Yabua, Christina Zahi, Donatus Zampura, Emmanuel Zamna, Innocent Zika, Jonathan Della Zipi, Evans Zoton, Musa Akugri, Eunice Mensa, and Ibrahim Muhammad. Thank you. All inductees, please be upstanding and don your white clothes with your name tags. And please, media, make sure that we capture all of them. The white clothes are important because we expect that as professionals registered with the council, they remain in the appropriate professional apron at all times whilst they are in the care environment. And we expect them to have their name tags, and we expect that service providers, employers, ensure they have photo IDs with their pictures there, and they will have our registration numbers and their proper category, so that you are professor of these dietitian, professor so and so pharmacist, professor so and so medical doctor, professor so and so laboratory tech.
pledge to perform the following duties with honesty and dedication. I will hold as my primary responsibility the health, safety, and welfare and dignity of all human beings. I will uphold the tenets of patient autonomy. Beneficence, non-malfeasance, and justice. I will recognize and promote the value of diversity. I will hold in confidence the information shared in the course of my practice. I will assess my personal capabilities and limitations. I will actively seek to expand my knowledge and skills, keeping abreast with advances in medicine stroke dentistry. I will work with other members of the healthcare team to provide compassionate and effective care of clients. I will use my knowledge and experience to contribute to improve the health of the community. I will respect my professional relationship with the medical, dental practitioners and teachers. I will share and expand knowledge within the profession. These duties are pledged with sincerity and upon my honor. So help me God. We will continue to remain standing as we take the national pledge, and that will be done on behalf of the Honorable Minister by his representative, Dr. Akisa. So please welcome him.
I promise on my honor. With faithful and loyal to Ghana, my motherland. I pledge myself to the service of Ghana. With all my strength and with all my heart. I promise to hold in high esteem. Our heritage won for us. Through the blood and toil of our fathers. And I pledge myself in all things to uphold and defend the good name of Ghana. So help me God.
May we all become standing.
In the
Congratulations to you all. Can we give them a big round of applause? Finally, the dream has come true. Mr. Chairman, with your kind permission, I introduce our dignitaries who have frontline out of their attendance schedule to grade this honorable occasion. Without any particular order, we have recognized the District Director of Health Services, that's the One District, and also the General Secretary for the Ghana Physician Assistant Association, the person of Mr. Peter Ayran. We have with us the Director for School of Anesthesia, Kumasi, the person of Professor Winfred Sam Awoke. We also have with us the Dean from Central University School of Medical Sciences, the person of Professor Enifa Wellbeing. Also from Central University is the Vice Dean in the person of Dr. Samuel Agenti. We have with us the Program Manager for PA training at the Radford University College in the person of Dr. R.Y. Osei. Also with us is the Deputy Registrar from Pharmacy Council in the person of Dr. Cynthia Yabua Mwita. Representing the Dean, School of Medical Sciences, UCC, in the person of Dr. Isaiah Kofi Ahim. Last but not the least, the Director of Health Services, KNUST SMS, in the person of Dr. Nana K. Jesse Boateng. Anyone give a big round of applause? We thank you for making time out of your busy schedule to bring this occasion. The next to address us is a retired professor of pathology at the University of Ghana Medical School, former Director General of the Ghana Health Service, and past presidents of the Ghana Medical Association and the Commonwealth Medical Association. He has special interest in dermatopathology and general wellness and speaks on ethics and professionalism. He is a fellow of the Royal College of Pathologists, a fellow of the West African College of Surgeons, a fellow of the Ghana College of Surgeons. He is a fellow of the Ghana Academy of Arts and Sciences, and the commander of the Order of St. John's, UK. He is a recipient of the second highest national order, the champion of the Order of the Porter. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the chairman of the A11 Board of the National
Dr. Hafiz, representing the Honorable Minister, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, family members, guardians, inductees. Let me start by congratulating all of you for your hard work in getting over the hurdles to this point where we are now in that. Congratulations. And to members of the families for all your able assistance guiding them to this point. I'm sure they are all immensely grateful to their family members and their guardians. Welcome into the noble, hard-working profession. You have worked hard, but let me clearly indicates that this is the beginning of giving others. Your intention is what will prepare you for the rest of your life journey. If you do your intention very well, the rest of the life journey might be a lot easier. If you take on a lazy approach, then the rest of your life journey will be a lot more difficult. And therefore, if any of you are diligent and work hard and learn, medicine is not your book, medicine is your patient. Those are the books that you will be learning from. The more you meet them, the more you interact with them, the better it is. I hope that all of you will take this serious and begin your life journey with full of grace and compassion. I know that you all know the responsibilities of a physician assistant. Wednesday, when you had a ethics program, I'm sure you went through it. But let me reiterate all the points because they are all very, very important. Patients must be able to trust physician assistants through certified registered anesthetists with their lives. And to justify that trust, you must show respect for human life. And you must make the care of your patients your first concern. That is why you are in this profession. And therefore, you must make the care of your patients your first concern. Protect and promote the health of patients and the public. Provide a good standard of practice and care. And this includes keep your professional knowledge and skills up to date. Welcome to the profession of continued professional development. You must always be abreast with what is current in this profession. Recognize and work within the limits of your competence. There is no justification for taking on what is beyond your competence. You work in a system where there are referral opportunities, and therefore, if you have any patients that you deem beyond you, it is no act of weakness. It is indeed an act of strength that you recognize your limitation and refer this patient on. And follow up and learn from your senior or your colleague that you have referred the patient. So that next time, when you have a similar case, you might now be able to do much better than your first encounter. It is absolutely important. If you do not appreciate your limitations and the limits of your competence, that is when you begin to fall foul with your regulator. When you call, you and you alone will come and answer. Work with colleagues. Work with colleagues in ways that best serve patients' interests. Our work is teamwork. By teamwork, we don't only mean your colleagues, physicians, or the doctors and dentists, but of nurses, of laboratory scientists, of all the cadres of health professionals. In work done in one of the leading hospitals, I think it's John Hopkins, it was found that to get a little girl or a little child better. It took almost 68 different professional groups. If you do not respect any of them, I do not see how it will work. Teamwork goes with respect for everyone. Even the lowest of the low, you must show respect. And if you show respect to them, that by itself means you respect yourself. If you don't respect any human being, it tells anybody that you do not respect yourself. It is important. Treat patients as individuals and respect their dignity. Treat patients politely and considerately. Respect patients' right to confidentiality. I've always professed that if you're a professional, then you do not discriminate. Yes, you're university graduates, physician assistants, you know a lot more than many people. But that is not the reason why you discriminate against them. Some people never have the opportunity. If they have the opportunity, they probably will be better than you. And therefore, do not use the fact that you have better opportunity than them to discriminate against them. Work in partnership with patients. You've got to listen to patients and respond to their concerns and preferences. Give patients the information they want or need in a way they can understand. Don't go use jargons when you know that they did not go to school. Respect patients' rights to reach decisions with you about their treatment and care. Support patients in caring for themselves to improve and maintain their health. Health is not a product of you, but it's a product of the family unit. The more information you provide for particularly mothers, the better the health of the family. Don't keep the information to yourself. You do yourself good. The more information you pass on, the better the patients, and therefore the better the practice. Now for me, this is the highlight of everything that we're doing today. Be honest and open and act with integrity. Act without delay if you have a good reason to believe that you or a colleague may be putting patients at risk. Never discriminate unfairly against patients or colleagues. Never abuse your patient's trust in you or the public's trust in the profession. Honest and devotion. We have the duty of care and we have the duty of conduct. That is a right of every profession. You must be honest and act with integrity. If you don't, then you're like any man or woman on the street. All the people who do the back of God, you're like them. What is the difference? If you are a professional, then you must earn the trust of everybody you meet. And it doesn't matter what. It is not only in the confines of the hospital or clinics or wherever it is that you work that you must dignify yourself. Even in social settings. It is very easy for some of you to just don t-shirts and go and sit somewhere. And these days we say, and shit. But anybody gets to know who you are. Ask yourself whether that person will show you that. Dressing well doesn't take 2 minutes, 5 minutes. So wherever you go, you must appear the professional. In other words, you dress elegantly. I always say that if somebody sees your shoes and your shoes are not polished, then you enter no profession. So when I see you, first thing I look at is your shoes. If they're clean, then I believe that you have gotten there. If not, then not. And it is important because these are the little things that people see and will remark about you. And you'll be amazed at the kind of things that people will say way behind your back and about that. They just mention it and say, oh, this person is a cat about. Yeah. He's respectful, he's elegant, he is professional in every aspect. The way you talk. You don't go blabbing. You know, quite recently we had a gentleman appear before us, the medical gentleman. And the first thing he said is that he's a distinction. Oh, man. I never got a distinction anywhere. Not even a credit anywhere. Past 2 hours. Just evidence. 50%. And it's the practice that is important. So as soon as he said that, I said, and you are sitting in front of us. Just pure courtesy. Pure courtesy was what brought him in front of us. No respect. Discriminate against the patients who have come to see you in your practice. And so, ladies and gentlemen, please, as a council, we are there to guide you and to protect the public. Let's underline the protection of the public. And therefore, if you fall, you fall foul of protecting the public, we will ensure that you don't forget that encounter ever in your life. You are personally accountable for your professional practice and must always be prepared to justify your decisions. And if you alone, you take decisions and you would one day come and defend those decisions. You cannot pass the buck onto anybody else. You are a professional in the form. We wish you all the best. We wish you Godspeed. Get into work as true professionals, and the public and the people that you meet will be the ones who will give you good judgment. We wish you all the best. Thank you.
Can we do it better for I was particularly happy when he mentioned dressing. Last Wednesday, I had to turn out 20 people to go and dress and come back to the cinema. They were in t-shirts, Lacoste, slippers. 2 of us. They thought I was being difficult. And I asked them, will you take this to consulting room? He said, no. So if you don't take this to your consulting room, why are you bringing it to a seminar? You had an email to come for a workshop or a seminar. And some are in tracksuits. In some t-shirts, Lacoste and others. And when I asked them that, go and change and come. They didn't understand. They thought I was being difficult. The chairman understands me. Can we give it to the chairman? Thank you for your attention. Ladies and gentlemen, we've been sitting for long. It is now time to stretch our leg and show us your dancing skills. You are all invited to the dancing floor. And President King, Youth Choir, will do us the honors by giving us some nice melodious songs as we all come to the dancing floor. Parents are equally invited to the dancing floor as well. We'll just between today and then that of yesterday. I'm watching. Thank you, President King.
Amen.
Please.
Why did you? Well, I think this.
We feel like that. We feel one of the leaders of
I see the looking
So just a reminder that it's not a church service. It's still the induction ceremony of the medical and dental council. Can we give a big round of applause to President UHAS? That was awesome. Mr. Chairman, members of the high table, invited guests, parents, our new inductees, our friends from the media. It is now time to listen to the address of the Honorable Minister of Health, and that will be done by his representative in the person of Dr.
The person who listens, examines, explains, reassures, refers, and follow up on the meaning and content. And that is why what we are doing matters a lot. We are inducting a cadre of professionals whose role in Ghana's health system has become increasingly important. Physician assistants have over the years become indispensable to services delivery across parts of the country. They help sustain care in districts, hospitals, health centers, and underserved communities. The reach of the system, they reduce delays in access, they support continuity of care, and in many cases, they keep the front line functioning under difficult circumstances. This responsibility will become even more important with the rollout of the free primary health care. When the country moves to expand access to essential services at the primary level, we will require a health workforce that is critically competent, community-facing, and responsive to the realities of every patient's needs. Free primary health care is not merely about removing financial barriers. It is about building a system that is able to meet people's earlier, closer, and better. This is why physician assistants will be especially needed at this juncture. Pro-care, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, you will be expected to help translate policy into practical care. We will support early assessment, triage, diagnosis, treatment, referral, and follow-up. We will help detect illness before it becomes advanced. You will contribute to maternal and health, child, management of common conditions, mental health, first response to emergencies, and screening for hypertension, diabetes, cancers, and other non-communicable diseases. We will also support patient education, community engagement, because prevention and early care seeking are part of everyday's culture of the health system. In other words, you will not simply work within the system, you will help make the system work. Of the prof, and also the registrar. Some of them have been completed. The reason why I'll cut it down to about 70 documents. With the approval of the chair and also with the support of the clinical advisor, so I don't know who will tell me this and that. Ladies and gentlemen, government remains committed to ensure that Ghanaians have access to quality healthcare services. This commitment is being pursued through a number of interlinked reforms. At the center of this is quality-focused free primary healthcare, which seeks to bring essential services closer to the people and ensure that no Ghanaian is denied basic care of cost of service. It doesn't matter where the person lives, where the person ends, and whether the fate of the individual. This is complemented by the National Health Insurance Scheme, which continues to provide financial support and protection across a wide range of conditions. And by the Ghana Medical Trust Fund, also known as Mahama Cares, which is intended to support patients with serious non-communicable diseases and specialist care is not fully covered under the existing NHI package. Alongside this, the ministry continues to prioritize quality of care, patient safety, emergency preparedness, workforce strengthening, and investment in infrastructure, equipment, and modernization. Our aim is not simply to extend the system, but to improve its performance and restore confidence in public healthcare delivery. But as we pursue reform, we must also insist on standards. The Ministry of Health attaches the highest importance to professionalism, ethics, and accountability. The public places enormous trust in health professionals, and rightly so, but the trust is sustained not only by title, but by conduct. As you enter practice, remember that your knowledge and technical skills your discipline will matter. Your regard for the dignity of patients will matter. Your willingness to listen carefully, communicate clearly, and act responsibly will matter. Unfortunately, we have all witnessed incidents in recent times where conduct of a few health workers has undermined public trust. Cases of negligence, misconduct, and unethical behavior are deeply troubling, and that they are unacceptable. The most professionals are those who combine competence with humility in healthcare, brilliance without compassion is complete, authority without empathy is dangerous, professionalism requires both excellence and humanity. Ladies and gentlemen, if standards in practice are important, standards in training are equally important. As the health use of the country evolve, so too as our systems of education and professional development. That is why the work that is being done by the Medical and Dental Council and its partners to strengthen competency-based training is so important. The modern health professionals must be equipped with not only with clinical knowledge, but also with communication skills, teamwork, leadership, ethics, and people-centered orientation. This is especially relevant to professional assistants because your work is every day, and it seems very close to the lived experience of patients and community. We often function at the interface between the formal health system and the everyday health needs of our education. Your training will therefore produce not only clinically sound practitioners, but dependable professionals who can work effectively under the real world conditions. The ministry is accordingly supporting discussion on how to position institutional professions to better meet the evolving needs of Ghana's health sector. This includes looking for training pathways, professional development and structured progression opportunities for high performance physician assistants with the requisite qualification and competence. This should send a clear signal that profession is valued, the contribution is recognized, and this development is part of our workforce plan agenda. Now to our inductees. Let me now address you directly. They marks your formal entry into the professional life, but it does not mark the end of your learning. From this point onward, you must commit yourself to continuous development, disciplined practice, and service with competence. Be ready to serve where your skills are most needed. In many parts of this country, the citizens will encounter the health system first through you. The impression you create, the care you provide, and the judgment you exercise will determine whether the person lives with confidence, belief, and hope. Be the kind of professional who brings stability to the front line. Be the kind of professional who solves problems without arrogance. Be the kind of professional who combines knowledge with calmness, efficiency with empathy, and duty with integrity. Hold firmly to the values you have just sworn to uphold: professionalism, ethical practice, confidentiality, empathy, and respect for human dignity. Let the interest of the patients remain central in your decision. There will be difficult. This will be difficult, and indeed will have difficulties in this profession. And there will be pressure, fatigue, moments that test your character. In such times, remember that public expect from you. They also expect decency, restraint, sound judgment, and compassion. On behalf of the Honorable Minister for Health, let me assure you the Ministry's intention to support you, and we look forward to working with you in these years and many years ahead. We see you as important partners in strengthening frontline care, advancing free primary health care, and helping to build a health system that is more trusted, more effective, and more responsive to the needs of our people. Once again, You go in and come back. So I haven't seen that. I haven't seen nursing. Remember that close to 60% of our workforce are within these 2 months, and the rest is the rest of the country. So you can imagine. And so it's going to be decentralized. And so look for your quarter where you are. Don't come up at It's going to be at the district level where it is. On this note, once again, Chair, the Secretary Senate, his families and friends, I want to thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Dr. Akizada, for the wonderful speech and the good news you have delivered to us this morning. Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for the vote of thanks, and I will invite one of the leaders of this in town, the person of Gambe Zachary, to the leader of the vote. Chairman of the Executive Board, Professor Anokye Teaching and distinguished representative of the Ministry of Health, Dr. Adam, the Registrar of the Medical and Dental Council, our esteemed members of the Board of the Medical and Dental Council, directors and representatives of the various institutions, our dedicated lecturers and mentors, family and friends, fellow inductees, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the newly inducted professionals from the various participating schools today, I wish to express our deepest gratitude for the honor and privilege of being formally inducted today. First and foremost, Mr. Chairman, we want to extend our deepest and sincerest appreciation to the Almighty God, and then to the Medical and Dental Council of Ghana for organizing and overseeing this significant ceremony, and also for their unwavering commitment to monitoring professional standards in healthcare. Your leadership ensures that our health system continues to produce competent professionals. We are also profoundly grateful to the leadership and faculty of all the participating institutions represented here today. Your dedication, mentorship, and tireless effort have shaped us academically, professionally, and morally. You have prepared us not only to practice, but to serve humanity with integrity and excellence. To the organizing committee and everyone who worked diligently behind the scenes to make this induction ceremony a success, we sincerely appreciate your hard work and coordination. Today's event is a true reflection of your commitment to excellence. And to our distinguished families and friends and loved ones who supported us through long hours of studies and sacrifice and perseverance, this milestone belongs to you as well. Your encouragement has been our strength and motivation. Finally, Prof. Chair, to everyone who contributed to make this memorable occasion possible, and thank you all, and may we all continue to serve with dedication and humility to make our dear nation great and strong. Thank you, Zachary. Ladies and gentlemen, Chairman, with your kindly, may I request all the inductees to be upstanding. Please, all the things in the seats, everything down. So at this moment, we want to show an appreciation to our parents, our guidance, all those who pay the legal and the illegal fees, and the guidance and our free and the non-free. Shall we give them a thunderous applause? Another one, all the parents and guidance. We just call them and say, send them home, right? Yeah. Some of the expressions we never heard of it. We never went for any expression. Some of the books, the terminologies, they are not existing. Few of us. We know. Don't worry, get your point. We also want to show appreciation to our teachers and lecturers who are taking us through this process. Can we give them? So, to our faculty here, please carry our appreciation to your colleagues who are able to look into this program. That your young ones are so much appreciating whatever effort you have put in bringing them up to this point. We also want to appreciate continuous education services for streaming live this event on our Facebook and YouTube page. We bring with us the they've been with us since COVID, and from that time to date. It's not that we went to do for them. We were in the office and they are boss too. That you can help by streaming live your event online to prevent all these chaos and reducing the numbers. And from COVID to date, continuous education services have been with us. We thank you very much. We also want to appreciate Komfo Pharmacy Limited for supporting us since 2023. We came for an induction of my daughter, and looking at the wonderful thing that we are doing here, we opted to support us for every induction. And since 2023 to date, Komfo Pharmacy has supported the medical and dental council of every single induction. Can we give it to the let me do So, our first encounter with President King was in April 2020. President King had been at every single induction of the medical university. So let's appreciate last but not the least, to the management and staff of Medical and Dental Council for the human job putting this wonderful program together. Come on, let's do it. We thank you all. My name is Abdul, head of registration and licensing and your MC. Ladies and gentlemen, we come to the end of the program. Members of the high table will be set with members and dignitaries, and after that, our new inductees will remain in the hall as we conduct the private business. We thank you for coming. May we be outstanding as we take the proceeding. Line for project. From the 6th to the 8th stand. 6th to the 8th stand. That can be found at page 15 of the brochure. Page 15. We have a private meeting to conduct with them. That will take us about 20 to 30 minutes. So if you want to leave, you are at liberty to leave now. If you want to stay in the hall, then you must be at where you are. No movement is possible. We'll finish very soon.